Hey, it's Dr. Ernst, host of the Ask Dr. Ernst show. What if I told you, as 2026 is upon us, that you don't need to set a resolution? You don't need to change your diet. You don't even need to go to the gym to lose weight. You just need to turn on your body's fat-burning switch. Hey, it exists, and I have a brand new ebook that'll show you exactly how to flip that switch so you can start losing 10, 15, even 20 pounds in the next couple weeks. To receive your free ebook, text the word weight loss plus your name and email to 704-906-2094. I'll text it to you today, and you get access to a live stream online masterclass Saturday, January 10th, where I will show you not only how to lose weight, but how to revolutionize your health in 2026. Get rid of the chronic pain, get rid of the chronic fatigue, bring your body back to a level of health so you can kick a medication to the curb and actually heal for real this year. Text the word weight loss plus your name and email to 704-906-2094. Once again, 704-906-2094. Good afternoon. Happy Saturday. You're listening to the Ask Dr. Ernst show. We're so excited. This is the very first episode of 2026. You made it. The new year is upon us. And today, I want to talk to you about something a little different than what we typically do, partly because it's a live stream only. The Tar Heels are doing really well. I got bumped off the airways again, but that doesn't mean I don't stop coming at you with some great information. And I wanted to take today to be a unconventional conversation about how to take control of your health in the new year. This is not going to be a typical new year resolutions, no hype, no guilt, no willpower from white knuckling your way into your health. Today's show, I want to make a revolution. Right now, millions of people are planning and implementing their resolutions, right? Eat less, move more, cut out carbs. Take my supplements finally. Join a gym. It's the same things we do year after year after year, hoping that somehow January is going to make it work. And by February, most people feel like they failed it again. So the truth is this today is not motivation. This is going to be strategy. Conventional healthcare will train you to manage your symptoms and not ask why do they exist. So like, for example, if you feel pain, take a pill to cover it up. If your labs are off, they're going to label you with a diagnostic and tell you it's normal because you have whatever. And if you're tired or you're achy or you're brain foggy, you're going to be told it's normal as you're getting older. But this approach has been something that falls flat when it comes to the conventional medicine's approach to solving chronic health issues. When the goal is symptom suppression, the root cause is always running the show. So here's the big idea for today, guys. Number one, you are God created. You are powerful. You have this innate healing system inside of you that can do way more than any potion or pill or procedure. And if your body is giving you a signal or telling you something because you've been diagnosed or you have a pain or whatever, I want you to look at it as that's communication. Those are symptoms that are signaling that your system underlying is either under stress or under interference. Look, major health issues boil down to just two things. You have too much of what you don't need, and you don't have enough of what you do need. So if you learn to interpret the signals, instead of silencing them, you can use your body's current response as leverage. And that's when healing starts to take place. So I want you to hear this clearly. Healing is not something you force. Getting your health back shouldn't be something that you say, man, I got to really work hard at that. I know it's against the classic mantras because we're told, go work out more. Go change your diet harder, restrict more. But secretly, healing is what your body does naturally. When the interference is removed, meaning you get rid of what you have too much of, and when you give yourself what your body needs, the right environment. Your job is not to make your body healthier. And I know it's tough because right now, especially in January, I've got to go do this. I have to. Okay, it's this idea of push. Your job is to simply do one thing. Stop blocking the innate ability your body has to heal by itself. See, that's what we do. So over the next 25 minutes on this special show today, I'm going to give you three revolutionary steps that are going to allow you to start healing the right way. Step number 1, we have to change the way we think, because our mindset determines the questions that we ask about ourselves, and the questions you ask determine the direction you're going to go. Step number 2, we have to stop masking our symptoms, and we have to start using them as information. The word pain, like, oh my God, my neck, my back, my hips, or whatever. Pay attention inside now. It's an acronym. Pay attention. If you have a body signal, fatigue, weight loss resistance, pain, headaches, whatever your health issue is, diabetes, heart disease, thyroid problems, kidney issues, those are your body signaling. You should pay attention inside now. Thus, pain is an acronym. And step number 3, let's take this year to finally, for you, find your root cause. There's only 3. They're very predictable, and we see it in every single major health issue that patients come to us with. And the key is figuring out which one of those 3 you have. So what are the 3 steps to leverage 2026? Number 1, change your mindset. We're going to talk about that. Number 2, stop covering up your symptoms. And number 3, find your root cause. And yes, I'm going to weave in some research, not because you need PubMed or clinical justifications, but maybe it's because you don't know the truth. And you could hear what the research is saying, and maybe it'll help to open up your mind to the idea that your body can actually do this. When we say something is a signal or inflammation is involved, we want to show you that evidence supports everything that we're saying today. So while you listen, one simple thing: open a notepad, grab your phone, download this video when it finishes the live stream, write down these top 3, and start putting action steps behind each of them. Don't censor yourself. Write down what's real for you. What symptom are you masking? I've got high cholesterol and I'm taking cholesterol meds. I have high blood pressure, I'm taking meds. What are you medicating? What are you masking? I have this ache and pain that I constantly pop an over-the-counter pill for. Write down what your issue is you want to get resolved. It could be, again, brain fog, fatigue, weight gain, acid reflux, anxiety, insomnia, joint pain, constipation, headaches. The list can go on and on and on. Write it down so we can figure out how to leverage this for you. We have to change your mindset about that thing. Then we have to stop masking it. Then we have to find the root cause. Because by the end of the show today, you're not going to have some vague resolution that you don't hit and that you have to do over and over and over again. You're going to have an actionable plan so you can solve your health issues this year. So let's begin with step number 1. Stop resolutioning and start revolutioning. Okay, it's subtle, but it's a mindset shift. And it's not one of those fluffy mindset shifts where you have to think think positive thoughts even when things are falling apart. This is a biological mindset shift because your brain is your control center. The way you interpret symptoms changes your stress response, and stress can change your physiology. So let me give you an example. If you believe that you have a condition, my body's falling apart, I have diabetes, I have thyroid problems, then you will respond with that thought. Those things like fear can push your nervous system towards fight or flight. And it's a state that can alter your digestion, it can interfere with your sleep, it can mess up your blood sugars, and it can cause inflammation. And guess what the research shows? Physiological stresses influence your immune system and inflammatory markers. They find that people who think they have health issues tend to manifest those health issues into their blood work and into their lab findings. And then the challenge becomes then your doctor reinforces this by saying, yeah, your labs are falling apart. And then we self-feed this philosophy that I'm broken, I'm old, there's nothing I can do. So the revolution begins with a new belief. Symptoms and diagnostics are not proof of failure. Ready for this? They are proof that your body is trying to talk to you. It doesn't just randomly break down for no reason. Your body is always constantly adapting to stress and symptoms. And I want you to think of it as like the dashboard light that's going off on your body could be the condition you have. It could be the pain you're dealing with, but that's not the problem. It's just the warning. Warning, high blood pressure. Warning, cholesterol's off. Warning, you need to go deeper and figure out what it is. This is why symptom-based living creates this sense of stuckness. Your entire health strategy is often, if I could just do anything to make these symptoms go away, if I could take something or do something to make me feel better, rather than looking down and saying, wait a second, why is this happening? There has to be something creating it. And if you never ask what's creating it, you're forced into lifelong management of your condition, which is not healing. That's coping, in my opinion. So the most powerful question, in my opinion, you can ask yourself in 2026, what is my diagnosis doing for me? What are my symptoms doing for me? And this question might sound strange. How is diabetes doing something good for me? How is high blood pressure doing something good for me? How are these headaches actually good for me? Well, the question will sound strange until you understand the physiology. Pain can be protective. It's trying to prevent you from causing more damage. Fatigue can be a conservation signal. Your body's like trying to signal to you, hey, you need to change something. Anxiety can be a threat response. Inflammation is almost always your body's attempt to try to repair itself. So when you respect the signals your body has given you, you'll stop fighting them and you'll start investigating what are they trying to tell you. So an action step for you is real simple. Write down the top 3 symptoms that you're having. And then underneath them, write down the question, when did this start? And what changed in my life right before this happened? This isn't just journaling. This is like data collection. We're looking to see, okay, when did this begin? And what around that time frame started to happen to me? Because pattern can reveal cause. Second, change the language of those things you just wrote down. Instead of saying things like, my body's falling apart, or I'm getting older, or, I've had some people say, such and such is killing me. My back is killing me. My hips are killing me. Well, remember, biblically, it talks about the fact that what we speak and even what we think can become a reality. So we need to start saying things like, my back is healing me. My hips are healing me. That headache is telling me that I need to clean out my body. It sounds small, but these language changes can shape the interpretation that you have of your condition. And the third thing, pick a daily habit that tells your body it's okay to experience what it's experiencing and have what it's have. A 5-minute walk after meals. Take 10 minutes of nasal breathing. Take some time to start reflecting and meditating on the power you have inside of your body. Safety signals your system that it is okay to heal. Rest and digest and repair happens in the parasympathetic state. So when you make this mental shift, you stop chasing hacks and steps and new books and things like that, and you start recognizing that healing is something your body should do innately. And you just need to remove the interference, which for some of us is the very thoughts we have. I don't think I can heal from this. Then you won't. I think my body was meant to be this way. Then it will be. Versus you waking up and going, I am a God-created individual with the power of the universe inside of me. This diagnosis is going to go away this year. Starts with mindset. Okay, step number 2. We have to stop covering up all of our symptoms. This is where it gets a little uncomfortable, because it confronts a cultural habit. We have been trained to see symptoms as the enemy. If something hurts, we want it gone immediately. And let me be clear, right? Okay, I'm not saying that I don't want you to be in pain. I'm not saying that there's times that symptom relief is appropriate. But the danger is when symptom relief is the only strategy that you have. Your health labs, the values, the things that your doctor's using to diagnose you often are symptoms. And symptom relief does not equal resolution. Healing is not the same thing as saying, well, my labs look good or I no longer feel pain. Research and clinical evidence shows there's a gap. You can normalize your lab values and suppress symptoms, or You can figure out the reason they were out of balance in the first place, and instead of dealing with the symptoms, fix that, and guess what happens? The symptoms naturally go away. So as an example, studies reveal specifically when people have thyroid issues, they take a bunch of thyroid meds, their labs look perfect, but they still feel physically like they're off balance. It doesn't mean that taking meds to make your labs look good is necessarily a bad thing. It just means it never addressed the underlying real root cause. Remember, symptoms are information. Reflux can be the fact that your digestive system isn't moving very well or that you have not enough acid in your stomach. Fatigue can be a sign that your mitochondria are breaking down and your sleep's disrupted, that you're inflamed or you're toxic. Anxiety can often be blood sugar instabilities, inflammation, a stressed out nervous system, or even a miscommunication, how your brain is talking to your body because of a subluxation. So here are some action steps for no longer masking your symptoms. And I want you to actually do this. First, create a timeline. We talked about this. Write down what you're experiencing, when it began, and what happened in your life as that started. You're going to find things like, well, it was a really stressful time in my life, or I was traveling, or I was taking something new, or I had this diet change, or I had an injury, or I had some sort of major emotional event. Second, track what your symptom triggers are for the next 7 days. Okay, you're not tracking calories, you're not looking at your diet, you're looking at patterns. For example, I always get a headache after I eat a specific food. Or when I have my coffee, I notice I'm more fatigued. Or when I slept really poorly. Or during periods of high stress, this comes out. Your body is trying to give you a signal as to what the root reason is. And the third thing is stop using over-the-counters like invisibility cloaks, right? If you use them consistently, Tylenol, aspirin, Advil, Goody Powders, all these kind of stuff, start thinking about yourself like, wait a minute, what signal am I silencing? What issue is causing me discomfort that I'm trying to hide from? If you take an acid blocker because you have acid reflux, what's driving the reflux? Is it your food? Is it certain fats? We tend to find that seed oils drive acid reflux a lot. Is it stress? Is it that your gut's inflamed? If you're taking pain meds to constantly shut off a pain, ask yourself this. Is the inflammation the real root problem? Is it a mechanical issue? Is something out of alignment with your neck or your back or your hip or your knee or whatever hurts? Is it nerve irritation? Do you have a subluxation to that region of your body, thus it's not repairing itself? And here's the big kicker. If you're taking a prescriptive medication, don't just stop that abruptly, but ask yourself, what is the action of this medication? How does it actually work? Look, it's real simple. You can Google it. Mechanism of actions for, and type your prescriptive drug in. It's going to tell you something like it blocks a calcium channel, or it enhances the uptake of some mineral, or it regulates the function of an enzyme. The reason I'm saying this is it will hint to you what the doctors believe the cause of the problem is. The goal would be to help you start fixing the underlying health issues so you stop using your medications as crutches and you allow your body to heal, thus being able to fix yourself. We see this a lot with people that take blood pressure and cholesterol and blood sugar issues. Almost always it's because of an inflammatory toxicity. So when you clean your body out and the toxins are gone, the pressure, the cholesterol, the sugars no longer need to be elevated, and they come down naturally by themselves. This is where functional testing is extremely important. If symptoms are persistent and you've tried everything you can, now it's time to maybe reach out to a holistic physician, a functional doctor. You can even connect with us through the doctors in our network, and we can help you find the gaps. Testing can turn mysteries, I don't know what's causing it, into a roadmap that gives you action steps. So when you start listening to your symptoms instead of masking them, you'll notice something. They will make sense. And once they begin to make sense, you can break out of this victim mentality or random biology. It's just the way I was created. I must just have a slow metabolism. And in 2026, you can now step into action because you now know what your symptoms mean. Hopefully that makes sense. Step number 3, You must start investigating the root cause of your health issues. And I'm going to tell it to you bluntly. I've been in practice now 20 years. There's only 3 primary root causes of any chronic illness, any discomfort, any biological condition, or even diagnostic condition. If you think about how your body functions, it's not the way medicine says. There's 1,000 different problems, so we have 1,000 different medications, right? They have this for that. From my perspective, there's 3 root causes behind chronic illness and disease. And it's very simple. Number 1, there must be a miscommunication within your nervous system. Your nervous system regulates everything in your body. Your brain uses your spinal cord and your nerve roots to tell your body what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. So if something isn't working properly, if you're skipping beats, if your pressures are off, if you have high levels of enzymes or too much of something, cholesterol, or too little of something, or of hormones, it must be a dysfunction somewhere within how your brain is telling your body to work. This is the classic chiropractic foundation for health. If your brain and spinal cord were completely uninterrupted in their communication, meaning the spinal cord is in alignment, the bones of the vertebra are intact, they're holding it in place, there's no interference, then your body would work at 100% of its signal power. Your heart would beat properly, your stomach would digest properly, your kidneys would filter properly, your pancreas would secrete properly. You guys understand? Like, your organs are designed to work from a biochemical signal in your brain. Then we have a condition known as leaky gut, which is a major breakdown of your immune system in your digestive system. Chemicals, heavy metals, mold, metabolic wastes, all of this stuff can start to lead to toxicity, which is the third thing. So if we label symptoms 100 different ways, you could peel it back and come all the way down and say, well, it must be one of these 3. It's either a leaky gut, it's a toxicity, or it's a subluxation in the spine. Let me just talk real briefly about your nervous system. Your brain runs every organ, every hormone, every immune function, all of your digestion, and all of your healing through nerve signaling, which is automatic. You don't necessarily control it. When your nervous system is struck in a chronic stressful state, subluxation, a lack of alignment and integrity, you lose the ability to heal. The physiological stress shifts you into sympathetic dominance, and it is well established in research that a spine that is out of alignment drives an inflammatory state and causes chronic stress, which alters your ability to heal. So the action steps this year for you, for your nervous system, is direct. Get your spine and nerve system evaluated. Find out if you have proper alignment with your neck, mid-back, and low back. And find a provider that understands neurological function of the nervous system, not just pain. Unfortunately, a lot of chiropractors, well, if you have no pain, there's no need to be adjusted. Whereas functional chiropractors will say, look, you can have no pain, but your spine could still be out of alignment. We use thermography and x-rays and exams to discover the structure and help you reestablish function. Now onto a leaky gut. The gut barrier exists for a reason. God created it so it's supposed to only let nutrients in and keep threats out. Most of us have barrier compromise because of medications and food and stress and the things we eat that cause inflammation and damage to our body. When the barrier is compromised, your immune system begins to go into overactivation. Inflammation goes up, and what we often see is skin symptomatology. So acne, rashes, eczema, rosacea, psoriasis. If you've got a skin issue, it's a gut issue. Joint problems. Inflammation will start to show up in your joints. Knees, hips, neck, back. It's not necessarily that joint. It's the fact that your gut could be inflamed and your body starts to attack your joints. Your brain can become inflamed. Brain fog, forgetfulness, mental fatigue, sluggishness, and more importantly, hormones become disrupted as your gut leaks. And then we start to see an entire plethora of health issues show up. This topic is exclusively talked about in the scientific literature. Exclusively. Intestinal permeability is connected with every major chronic health issue. So if you're taking a medication for something, your first thought should be, is my spine out of alignment to the region that this medication is supposed to be fixing? Blood pressure, heart, thyroid, right? Diabetes, liver, gallbladder, pancreas. So is there a miscommunication? Number 2, is my gut leaking, thus creating an inflammatory response in the same region? Action steps for fixing your gut. Well, first of all, it's removing all the ultra-processed foods. I'd like to say that for 2026, you should try one thing with your diet. Eat only foods that have one ingredient. Real food. If you're picking something up and there's 18 ingredients, I would put it back and go for something with one ingredient. Chicken has one ingredient. Fish has one ingredient. Steak has one ingredient. Vegetables have one ingredient. You can see it. Fruits have one ingredient. Real food. Then we need to support digestion. Eat slower. One of the biggest challenges a lot of people do today is we eat so fast we swallow partially whole, unprocessed, undigested foods. You should chew to the point where there's nothing left in your mouth because it's been completely pulverized. We need to start using digestive enzymes. We need to stop eating so late at night. And we need to make sure that we're eating, again, real clean proteins and fats. In regards to toxicity, look, we live in a world that the human detox system wasn't fully designed for. Persistent organic pollutants, plastics, pesticides, heavy metals, mold, all this stuff is real. The research is clear. Environmental exposures directly affect endocrine function in your metabolism, causing you to become inflamed. Action steps: clean out your water, your air, and your food, and get rid of all the conventional household cleaning products, Pine Sols and all the dishwasher soaps and all that stuff. Look for natural plant source products. There's a huge source of them. If you need some help, go to the Environmental Working Group, so EWG.org. They have an entire list of the safe, non-toxic products you can use. And then we got to get it out of you. Start exercising more, start sweating more, start using saunas. Use fiber products and supplements to get your bowels moving, and prioritize direct detoxification of your body. Detox is not just something you do at the beginning of the year. You should do it every single day. And you don't need to guess what's causing this, right? Your body is going to be toxic no matter what because of the world we live in today. Start working on a consistent liver detoxifier on a daily basis. If you need some help, go to AskDrErnst.com. We have plenty of resources for you on how to enhance liver detoxification. Just search liver detox and hit return. So as we close up today's show, I want to help you to kind of look back at what we talked about. 3 major things for us to start doing. Number 1, change our mindset. Stop looking at yourself as broken. Stop looking at yourself as deficient and recognize you're a God-created individual with massive power. Start professing what you want in your life rather than what you currently have. Don't just do a resolution, right? I'm going to try this again and it's not going to work. And then I'll try it again. A revolution in how you think. Ask better questions because those questions lead to strategies. Stop masking your symptoms. Use symptom relief wisely, but don't let it become a lifestyle. Tracking patterns and triggers and timing. Look to find out what the root cause is. And then anchor everything into these 3 root causes. Is it your nervous system? Should you? Yes. Look into getting your spine fixed. Yes. This year, 2026. Yes. Should you start investigating if your gut is leaking? Yes. And getting rid of chronic toxicities? Yes. So a final action step for you. Pick one of those 3 things we talked about and start it today. And then by the end of next week, pick the second one and implement it then. And by the end of the next week, the third, and implement it. By the end of January, you will have an entire health plan. One mindset change, one symptom trick habit that you're no longer going to do, and one root cause action. This could be the very precipice that you need to turn 2026 into a healing year. And again, if you need help with this, that's what we exist for. We provide health coaching and counseling and even labs that your doctors won't run to help you find your root cause. We can coach no matter where you are in the United States. So if you need help, AskDrErnst.com, top right-hand corner, free consultation. Click it and we'll connect with you so we can guide you back to health. Hey, my name is Dr. Aaron Ernst. This is the Ask Dr. Ernst Show, special live stream broadcast only. As we kick off the new year, a couple of announcements. In 2026, we have changed radio stations. We're now on 107.9 FM in the Carolina area. News Talk, it used to be 1110 AM. Now it's News Talk 107.9 FM. Check us out every Saturday at 3. Go to AskDrErnst.com. Sign up for our newsletter. We have a tremendous amount of information we're going to be sharing with you guys as the new year comes around. And check out the New Year, New You Total Body Makeover event I'm hosting on the 10th of January. There's links above and below in the description for you to attend. Even a free ebook that'll help you to lose 10 to 15 pounds in the next 4 weeks as you kickstart 2026 to be your health year. Remember, no more resolutions, just full results. I look forward to seeing you guys every Saturday. Thanks so much for tuning in. Be blessed, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.